This video is about setting intentions for 2022. It's very different to New Year's resolutions, which I know a lot of people don't even bother to set because you don't want to fail, and you've had several years of failing New Year's resolutions. They don't work. If you know how the mind works, they often don't work. No, they often don't work because you don't know how the mind works. When you do, you can set New Year's resolutions properly. But then I always think, well, why wait to a new year to set a resolution? Anyway, this is not about New Year's resolutions. This is totally different and very powerful because it's a method that works with the subconscious mind. It's exciting and, well, let's get into it. We'll see. So this video is for you if you don't want to be a passenger in life, if you don't want to just sort of go with the things that happen to you. You actually want to take control and make things happen. Like, you actually do create your own reality. When you know how your brain works, you realize that you do create your own reality. And I will touch on a few things which is relevant and sort of explain about that in this video. So yeah, this video is for you if you actually want to set some powerful intentions and actually see them come to life this year. So it's really, really important before you do the things that I explain in this video, it's important to get your energy right before you do this. So you need to set aside a time to do this with intention. You know, don't just think of it as another thing to do, like, as, you know, got to do the ironing, got to do that thing that Jenna talked about in that video, got to do this and that. No, like, if you're going to do this, do it properly, be excited about it, set yourself a time and, you know, be intentional about it. So when you do this, you need to make sure that your vibe, your energy, your mood is upbeat and you are feeling positive. Okay, so do whatever works for you to get in that place, whether that's going for a walk or a run or putting on some music, meditating, anything. You want to be in a good like mindset, energy, everything. Okay. And then when you're ready, the first thing to do is to write a letter to your last year's self, acknowledging all that you have achieved. Okay, so things that you have experienced over the past year, things that you've done well, things that you've achieved, things you've made progress on. And this letter is only for positivity, okay? You do not need to mention anything that didn't go well or anything that you didn't achieve. No, it's 100% positivity in this letter, okay? And the reason for this is that we are doing this exercise to help you achieve amazing things over the next year. So why would you put anything negative in there? Your brain already by itself is overly negative because our brains just are designed for survival. That's just the way they are. And if you think about survival in the context of the cavemen days, when our brain hasn't changed since then, if you think about survival in those days, of course, its first response has to be negative because that's what's going to keep you alive, being ready to spot the danger rather than everything sunshine and roses around you and you don't spot that lion coming around the corner. You have to be overly negative in order to survive. But life is very different now. Modern day life isn't dangerous in the same way, but we are living with the same type of brain. So yeah, we need to try to be more positive to rewire our brain's natural default mode of negativity. So only positivity in this letter. Talk to yourself. Like, write the letter, either handwrite or type, whatever works best for you. But let your pen flow or let your words come out and be kind and generous to yourself, and talk about all the things that you have done well, you have achieved, everything that's been brilliant for you. And if things haven't been so good for you, you know, if you've had personal struggles or setbacks, whatever, over the past year, your invitation in this letter is to blur the lines between what actually happened and what you would like to have happened, okay? Now go with me on this. The reason for this is that your brain cannot tell the difference between real or imagination. So if something didn't happen the way that you would like it to have happened, or it didn't happen as quickly as you would like it to have, or whatever, I want you to rewrite the script about what happened and write it as if it was even better than it was. Okay, don't refer to the actual reality, just write it as if that had happened. And that leads you nicely into this coming year. So you're sort of starting to trick your brain over what happened, and then we're going to set up an amazing year in the next step. If, however, you had an amazing year, great, just write it all out as if as it happened, and then you are going to write a new letter. Okay, read it back if you want to, but then literally start a new letter. Put the date a year ahead. Okay, so if you're writing this on 5th of January, then put 5th of January 2023. All right, and what you're going to be doing is writing back to yourself, your current self now, as if everything that you want to happen over this year has already happened. So basically exactly the same that you've just done, but from the future you. So you're writing a letter from the future you to you now. All right. And as I told you earlier, the brain can't tell the difference between real and imagination. So here is where it gets exciting. All right. You need to lift the lid on what you think is possible, because the only limits there are in this world are the limits that you put on yourself. We actually are incredible. Like, our potential as human beings is absolutely incredible. But we stop ourselves, we put limits on ourselves because we don't believe that things will happen, or we don't believe that we're capable of things or whatever, okay? So yeah, lift the lid on what you think is possible, and just have fun writing this. Let your pen flow, or let your keyboard tap it out, and just get it out, okay? And then be excited about it. Like I said, lift the lid on what you think is possible. Really, really go big with your dreams here. Now, there's a little caveat to this. In order for this to work, it is really, really important that you believe in yourself, because how the brain works is it will get you to what you want to achieve, but only if you believe that you are worthy of that. Okay, you literally can do anything you put your mind to if you've got the self-belief there, and if you think that you are worthy. So you may need to do some inner work, and all of this is on the subconscious mind, okay? It's subconscious beliefs that you have, which dictate how your life is going to go, whether that's relationships, career, anything. It dictates what happens in your life, because those subconscious beliefs that you have about yourself your subconscious mind knows what you believe about yourself and looks for the evidence of that in the outside world. Okay, you might need to listen to that a few times again, because that's a really powerful concept, but it is just so powerful. Okay, so if you believe, for example, if you believe that the world is a negative place, and that everybody's out to get one another, and there's no kindness or whatever, then that's all you're going to see. Okay, it's just how the brain works. There's this filter through which everything comes in through all of our senses, and that filter dictates what you see in the world. So if you believe that you are not worthy of a certain type of job or a certain pay level, for example, then you're not going to allow yourself, your subconscious mind is not going to allow yourself to see the opportunities. They're not even going to be on your radar. They'll be there, but your subconscious mind won't let it come up to your conscious mind. You won't know that they're there. You won't see them. And this is how the mind works. Because there's so much going on in life all the time, all around you, that your subconscious mind has to filter. And so you're only going to see the stuff that is relevant to you based on the beliefs that you hold about yourself and about the world. So that's why this is really, really important. If you're going to do this exercise and you're going to enjoy it and you're going to see results from it, you need to believe in yourself, and you need to believe that you are worthy of these things. And so I teach more about this when I work with clients in my Change Your Life program, and essentially it is a lot of the stuff of like law of attraction, manifesting. Like, that is a whole industry that people can get into and be excited about and everything, or be very negative and be like, oh, whatever, that's like woo-woo stuff. But it's how the mind works. Like, I teach the science behind that in my programs. So yeah, the only limits that we have in the world are the ones that we put on ourselves through subconscious beliefs. All right, so do this exercise. If this sounds exciting for you, it really, really is. Like, I've done both of my letters, and they feel amazing. Like the potential that I've set up for the year ahead is incredible, and it's exciting to read that. And every time I read that letter, my brain can't tell the difference between real or imagination. So it's there in my subconscious mind, in my filter, ready to look out for those opportunities that I've said are going, that I said have happened, you know, from the future me. I've said that they've happened this year. My brain can't tell the difference. So my subconscious mind is now going to look out for those opportunities over the next however many days left, 361 days left, or whenever you're watching this, you know, this year, that's what my subconscious mind is looking out for. And this is really, really powerful. So, yeah, hope that's made sense. Make sure that you do not put anything negative in this, that you are using this purely as an exciting potential intention setting exercise. It's there to be enjoyed. And yeah, like, feel free, like I have done, to print out your future video and see it several times. You know, read it as often as you want to, or just have it like up inside your wardrobe, so with like key parts highlighted, whatever you want to do, because the more you see that, the more your subconscious mind will think, yeah, that's what we're looking out for this year. Yeah, that's what we're looking out for this year. So I hope that's made sense. I will just recap in a second. Just look at the comments. Oh, thank you, Thomas. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, by the way, and you are interested in joining my Facebook group or following me on Instagram, have a look in the comments below. The links will be there. And if any of you are watching and haven't yet downloaded my free sleep hypnotherapy audio, then the link will be there in the comments for that as well. So yes, just to recap then, number 1, your first letter to do, actually before you write any letter, get your vibe and your energy and your mood right by doing something that you enjoy to put you in a good state of mind, whether that's a run, music, walk in nature, meditating, whatever you want to do. Next, write a letter to yourself this time last year, telling yourself all the things that you are proud that you've achieved, all the things that have been brilliant and how you've grown as a person, and just basically be really kind and generous to yourself last year. Don't include anything negative. And if you've had a difficult year, blur the lines between real and imagination, because your brain can't tell the difference. To put in that letter other things that happened, or the things that happened but make them as if they were better, because this blurs those lines and gets you ready for this next letter. Once you've done that, your next letter is exactly the same concept again, but with next year's date, and you are writing to your current version, current self, from the future you. So exactly the same concept, but you are dictating what has happened over this next year. And go big. Don't set any limits with it, and just get excited about it, because anything can happen as long as you believe in yourself. So enjoy it. Your brain can't tell the difference between real and imagination. I know I've said this several times now, but it really, really can't. So I imagine, well, I just know by the time you finish this letter, you will feel really good and really excited, because your brain literally cannot tell the difference. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know. I'd love to hear any feedback that you have, or, you know, how you found it. Just let me know in the comments, or send me a DM. That'd be great. And also, just before I go, if the thing about self-belief sort of struck a chord with you, like you love the idea of this, but you know that you absolutely have no self-belief at all, and you also have some other things going on in your life, in the sense that maybe you've got low confidence, or you're a bit of a people pleaser, or you just find yourself worrying all the time, or you procrastinate a lot, you just aren't happy with the version of yourself that you are. You know you've got a lot of potential, but you just can't get that potential because there's things happening in your life that hold you back, or you know you are holding yourself back. then hypnotherapy will really, really help you. And my Change Your Life program could help you depending on what your situation is. So if this has resonated with you and you would love to find out more about my Change Your Life program, just send me a message either on Instagram at Believe and Achieve with Jenna, or on Facebook. The links will be in the comments below. And yeah, I'd love to talk to you about that. If you don't know what to say, just DM me with the word yes, and I will know what you mean and get back to you. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And as I said, if you're watching on replay, please do pop a little hashtag replay in the comments if you're watching this inside my Facebook group. Otherwise, I will see you all soon, probably in a couple of weeks. I'll be back with another video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you all soon. Bye.